The Hogwarts Legacy news train continues to roll on. Today, PlayStation put up a new blog post as well as a short video on the exclusive features coming to the PS5 version of Hogwarts Legacy thanks to the Dualsense controller. However, regardless of which console or PC you'll be playing on, you want to make sure you stick around because there is something in here for everybody. We're going to break it all down here right now in today's video. So you can head on over to the PlayStation blog and you'll find a post from Chandler Wood, the Hogwarts Legacy community manager. The title, How Hogwarts Legacy Taps PS5 Features to Make Gameplay Feel Magical. Now, you guys know I'll always keep it real with you. We're going to try and separate the marketing speak here from what may actually have an influence on your gameplay. So here at the top, the DualSense wireless controller connects you directly with your wand, immersing you in visuals and sound. Yeah, marketing speak right there. With Hogwarts Legacy, we wanted to immerse you in the wizarding world like never before. Wand in hand, nothing is more important at Avalanche Software than making sure players feel like they are living in this world. PlayStation 5 allows us to take that immersion further as you build a legacy of your own. Also, by the way, I think this yet again confirms that PlayStation does have some sort of marketing exclusivity deal with Hogwarts Legacy. No, that does not mean it is exclusive to PlayStation. People always ask that when I make that comment. It is instead just referring to the marketing for the game, so PlayStation will always have their logo featured on anything with Hogwarts Legacy, at least for the early part of the game. We don't know what those contract terms look like, however. First little heading here, connect with your wand. A witch or wizard should never be without their wand, and the PlayStation 5's DualSense wireless controller becomes an extension of your wand in Hogwarts Legacy. With so many spells at your disposal, the adaptive triggers allow for more flexibility in combat. Okay. This one right here is where I think we may have our first component of something that will actually affect your gameplay. Now, I have a PS5, and I gotta say, I've been kind of disappointed with how few games actually take advantage of these adaptive triggers, because I promise you guys, that piece, at least when it comes to the adaptive triggers, is not marketing. It is kind of insane how these things work, you guys. I'll try and show you here a little bit on screen. Okay, hold halfway down. What? Oh my goodness. Dude, the PS5 controller, if you haven't tried one yet, it is so trippy how these triggers can alternate. It's like I'm pressing halfway down on the trigger, and it's like I feel feedback that it's stopping. Two games that I have personally played that take great advantage of these controllers are Returnal, as well as Astro's Playroom, which is just a complete, incredible showcase for the entire DualSense controller. But the reason these are called adaptive triggers is that the resistance can actually change. If you haven't played with a PS5 controller, then it is truly, I gotta say, this is one of those things that the first time you try it really will kind of blow your mind in terms of how it can totally feel like a normal trigger, and then all of a sudden you press it and you barely press it down and you're feeling resistance there. Returnal uses this to great effect. You'll feel the magical resistance at your fingertips through every spell, whether firing off a basic cast or summoning the strength of a more powerful charm, okay? We're kind of back to the marketing stuff here. Spells will feel unique when you cast them, thanks to haptic feedback, providing a direct connection between the DualSense controller and your wand. Now, when it comes to haptic feedback, certainly not anything new there. The DualSense certainly does have some nice haptic feedback features, though. And when you continue reading here, it says, we've specifically isolated these effects to the right side of the controller to let the DualSense become an extension of the wand you hold in the game. So, I wonder what that means for left-handed players, though. And when you deflect a spell with Protego, you'll feel the sizzling of the magic being reflected and absorbed by the shield charm. So, kind of summing up all of this right here, basically what I think they're saying is that based on the type of spell you're using, you're going to feel a different sort of haptics. And then because it seems like our wizard is going to be right-handed, it looks like the feeling of the spell casting will actually be focused mainly on the right side of the controller. Adaptive triggers and haptic feedback aren't just limited to spellcasting and wand work, however. The DualSense controller lets you feel a variety of events throughout the world, whether it's crushing ingredients with a mortar and pestle and potions class, feeling the screech of a mandrake seedling, or flying through the skies on a broom or a hippogriff. The DualSense is your connection to the magic on PS5. So mostly kind of marketing stuff here. I don't think there's anything too crazy about this. Basically, they're just talking about the rumble and the haptics that you're going to be feeling when you're doing things like mixing potions or flying on a broom or hippogriff. Now, they also did include some very brief glimpses at new footage of the game that we haven't seen before. Let me go ahead and hit the HD button right here. So this is going to improve the quality for you here. Nice shot here of the spell casting, and looks like Protego being cast. Notice the R1 over here. We talked about that some with the other trailer, how it seems like R1 kind of pops up, indicating that there is some sort of item you can interact with. I think it looks like there's a little barrel behind this guy. By the way, not sure, but is now the time we should start worrying about the AI in this game? I mean, look at this guy. He just kind of keeps
walking into this tree here, doesn't seem to know it's there. Again though, to be fair, this is not finalized, and it could very well be on the easiest difficulty. I don't know, but hopefully we don't see stuff like that in the final game. We've also tapped into the DualSense controller's light to give you a unique bit of personalization. When not flashing along with spells being cast or damage being taken, the DualSense controller lights will pulse with the colors of your Hogwarts house. Blue and bronze for Ravenclaw, scarlet and gold for Gryffindor, green and silver for Slytherin, and yellow and black for Hufflepuff. I love this. This is such a nice touch. Even though I don't personally like the DualSense's light bar very much, I will say it's an improvement over the PS4 version, but primarily I just find that they're a battery suck, honestly. You don't really look down at the controller while you're playing, so while it's a fun little thing, for me personally, I don't think it's a big deal. I actually have my DualSense light as dim as it will possibly go to save as much battery life as I possibly can. All right, we come to a new section here, Sights and Sounds of Hogwarts. Visually, we've come a long way since the days of the beloved Hagrid on the original PlayStation.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Hogwarts Legacy on PS5 lets you take in Hogwarts and the surrounding area in stunning 4K, as well as a choice between fidelity and performance graphics modes. Yes, this is the big news for me in this whole entire piece. Fidelity and performance modes confirmed. I think this is a great addition to the game. Most likely, I will be playing on the performance mode because give me that silky, silky smooth frame rate, baby. This choice will allow you to create your preferred experience, whether that's prioritizing a higher frame rate or visual fidelity. The PS5 console's Tempest 3D audio tech will put you right in the heart of the wizarding world. Hear the crackle of fire as you cast Incendio, potions bubbling in cauldrons, and the uniquely detailed soundscapes of each environment to really make you feel present. And if you play without headphones, you'll be treated to additional immersive sounds through the DualSense controller speaker, like the soft flap of a hippogriff's wings and effects of each spell you cast. Again, all this sounds nice, but I don't think Xbox or PC players are really going to be missing out on anything here. Next paragraph. Additionally, expect the PlayStation 5's ultra high-speed SSD to provide quick loading times no matter how you choose to move from place to place. Whether you take the scenic route on a broom or fast travel via the Flu network, confirmation of the Flu network, by the way, even though we'd kind of already figured it out, will also support the PS5's activity cards and game help features. We're thrilled to connect you with the wizarding world in a more immersive way than ever before thanks to the PS5 and DualSense controller when Hogwarts Legacy launches holiday 2022. Again, that holiday 2022 confirmation. Now, when it comes to the SSD, I will say that this is a big deal as well. The PS5 has incredible load time, so it's really nice to see this here. One question I do have is they talk about load times and then they talk about whether you take the scenic route on a broom, so I hope that doesn't mean that we're going to be seeing loading times when we're actually flying through the world. Fast travel, I totally get, but when we're flying through the world on a broom or going from room to room, please, I cannot take the old days of the Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets where you open a door and you have to wait for every single room to load. Please don't do that to us, Avalanche. So what do you guys think about these PS5 exclusive features? Let me know in the comments below which console or PC that you plan to play the game on. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.